It's time for Richter Kai.
Summary of previous events. Haruhi and Richter visit Michiyo's home, having determined her to be a key player in the unresolved kidnapping case from a year before. As the complicated story begins to unravel, they encounter two men.
Oh, who could these two men possibly be?
Who could they be? Oh, more smooth jazz.
Hell yeah. Oh, there he is.
Haruhi's about to be in the middle of a fucking comedy act with these three.
Yeah, she is.
Ma'am, allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. The name's Jun Ario. I'd hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. Not you, dumbass. This here is the brilliant Chief Inspector Tsutsumi, and yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting or putting me down.
So, you two are detectives.
At this point, Haruhi just leaves like, nope, no. This is my client, Mrs. Haruhi Shigima. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. A bigwig named Shigima? But boss, you know this guy? Shit, I've heard the name, but you know I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelons.
There's no need to worry. I am my own person after all, and my father has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy again this time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that.
You both seem rather jovial despite being detectives. How rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so dull.
Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto.
Oh my god.
Look at you.
And Richter over here is like, yep, it's this dumbass.
Tsutsumi's just like, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill him.
Oh, lovely. Keep it up.
Just hold on a second. This is the first I'm hearing of that. Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. Oh, that's right. We're playing.
We're Haruhi.
Haruhi. Oh boy.
It seems they were acquainted, but also like they haven't talked in a long time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna think here.
Just do a little thinky think. So these detectives are out here because of the recent string of strange deaths. It's best we keep quiet about our involvement with the curses. Ah, Haruhi.
Oh, Haruhi.
I guess knowing how to deal with cops is also part of an investigator's job.
Not quite. The two of us used to be comrades, is all.
Comrades?
That's right. Richter used to be part of the police force himself. He quit a few years ago to go solo.
Is that so?
Y'all should give it a try, Ario. There's more freedom in working as a private investigator. I can't say much for the quality of life, though. It's been 2 years, right? I hadn't heard of you since you quit.
It looks like you can't even afford a tie anymore.
I didn't think your business would last, but here you are. You sure don't want to return that? You sure you don't want to return to the force? We'd take you back with open arms. What? To sit on my ass and watch the birds fly? I'll take a pass. I don't belong in that world. Come on, Richter. We need your talent. The public needs you. I need you.
Please.
Nah, you don't. This is my calling. The police will manage just fine without me. I'll keep on tying up all your loose ends, saving the little birdies you abandoned.
Damn.
Damn!
Yeah, they'd make him take off his hat if he went back to the police.
And get a haircut.
And a tie. I can't believe you were actually part of the police force once. I can't imagine you wearing a necktie.
There's a story behind everything, man. I don't regret my time on the force. I wouldn't have the connections I have today without it. What brings you here, Richter? You on a case? That's right. I'm picking up the police's slack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year? Oh, I remember now. You're that Haruhi Shigema from the kidnapping case. Huh? Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Munasada Shigema's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am. Indeed, the story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure on the police department's part.
Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. And unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case.
And any investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all, which is why I'm now on the job. You know, doing yours. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough, buddy. Big oof. So...
Yikes forever.
Yikes forever. So, your findings have brought you to this place then? That's right. An individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right. As of last week, they're deceased. We'd hoped to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we figured we'd try again. Interesting. It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice.
Well, I do consider the police my people. Though, you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a stern side as well, I see.
Oh, okay. That's the same thing. Alright.
Can we look at him? Yeah. A young and energetic detective. He seems to have a strong sense of justice. If my son had the chance to grow older, perhaps he would have become an officer just like him. Yeah, it looks like Michiyo's death really was an accident and not related to the curses at all.
Yeah.
He seems like he's got a lot of experience working the streets, and possibly the sheets. Most of the officers I know are the bureaucratic desk jockey types. The contrast is rather striking.
This guy looks like he gets shit done.
Yeah.
By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you.
And that is?
Do you happen to know anything about the Seven Mysteries of Honjo? Oh, he'll know if we lie.
Yup.
Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly... With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady.
I'm sorry, Sakura. I would give you a towel if I could.
If you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything? I feel like if I say I don't know much, it'll actually progress things because he'll call it out.
Yeah. I've heard of the Seven Mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me.
That's so. It appears that your pants are on fire. That must mean that you are a liar.
Joke's on you, sir. I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing a dress.
Oh no! I've been foiled again! Is that so? Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion.
He's just gonna drop it, huh?
I mean, he probably doesn't want to let on that he has a cursed stone at this point.
Fair.
Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man dressed in white loitering around. Wait a second.
A strange, conspicuous man.
I assumed they were talking about you, investigator. Well, I won't argue that I'm strange and conspicuously dressed in white. And as it turns out, I was out here last night to conduct my investigation. Now I'm JoJo
JoJo pose.
Did you run into anything strange out of the ordinary, other than yourself? Out of the ordinary? I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult? Boss, Richter's a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know. I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you got to say. Something is happening in Honjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they got you head office guys on it. Well, I guess it's all right. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter. The motorcycle. Huh. So by using curses to commit murders, these people collect soul dregs to perform the rite of resurrection? And these curse stones are somehow connected to the Seven Mysteries of Honjo? It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figured the strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to these curses. To get this situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that might help us? Well, that's tough. I never expected curses and other mumbo-jumbo to play into this all. But if we're talking shady characters... There was this middle-aged fella I saw on South Wadagesri Street. He had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it could have been Hideki and Aishi. We already got his curse stone. Impressive. You two are working quick. Did you see anything else? Not that I can remember. That's a shame. If you see any characters who look like they might be carrying a curse stone, it'd be a huge help if you let us know. Absolutely, I'll let you know if I find anything. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand on our case too? There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happens to be your specialty now. I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, can't say that's not fair. Yeah, why don't you help the police for free when they don't pay for it?
Yeah, he's smarter than Michiyo, but also he's more life experience. Not Michiyo, sorry, Neo.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. Huh? By the way, that reminds me. Richter? Yeah? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michiyo Shiraishi by any chance. You knew? Yo, wait a minute. Your brain cells connected? I thought so. It seems like we're here for the same reason then. Seriously? Michiyo was involved with curses and magic? Well, strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi? Oh right, Hajime Yoshimi's. That's right. He died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was a most unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michiyo. Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michiyo for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. What a tangled web we weave. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in turn I want the full scoop on your findings concerning Michiyo. sure, to tell you the truth. What?
Damn.
You believe Michiyo's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Jinochi? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense? Ario's just like, jeez, Richter.
Calm down.
I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet. But the testimonies we've heard and the evidence we've found point in that direction. Testimony? You mean from those, psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say that there was a chance Michiyo hadn't killed herself? Wait, if that's true, then... Did you figure something out? Kakichiro Iwai!
Wow.
What?
Look at Haruhi. Oh my
Yeah.
god. She's like, oh, I've made a mistake.
Huh? Kakichiro Iwai! He'll be the next victim! We have to open the door of the Shirashi's house. We need to look inside. Hey, what's gotten into you? look at Tsutsumi. Everyone is so expressive.
They have such great aces.
Boss? I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we asked. Screw that. You know how long that could take? We can ask for permission later.
Yep, better to ask for forgiveness.
I'm gonna go rodeo kick this motherfucking door.
Ah. Richter?
Hey, Richter, calm down. We can't just crash.
I mean, like, every pose he made, there was a sound like a gunshot.
Yeah.
I'm sure he can just, like, pose real hard at the door and it'll open
Oh,
all
yeah.
by itself.
It'll just explode the door off the hinges. Take that, you shitty door. That's how you do it. Richter, get a hold of yourself. I see you're still the same as always. Was Richter's thing on the force just kicking doors wide open?
Maybe.
He is a Belmont,
That's
you're
one of-
right.
One of the reasons he left, maybe.
Everyone, come quick, look at this. Oh. Oh, no.
Hey, there's a photo of Nejima on the wall.
Yeah, oh boy.
Ah!
Whoa, what's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here. Whoa, could that be Michiyo's dad? Nah, he's a stepdad at best, if that. It's got to be the body of Kakichiro Iwai. There's no doubt about it. This man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'd say it happened last night. Ario, did you find Jinochi's body in the same state? Now that you mention it, it looked as though Kohei Jinochi had died from a number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michiyo Shirashi. She's alive. She used the power of the curses to get back at the men who ruined her life. Wait.
I like how Richter was all pretending, I don't know about all this magic mumbo-jumbo, and then he's immediately leaping to use the power of the curses.
Okay, no, wait.
Richter, you're kind of showing your ass a little bit.
Hold on now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that Yakko's getting possessed by Michiyo.
Yes.
What if the condition of Michiyo's, the way that their bodies are posed, look very okay. Let me back up. So, the Michiyo's, Yakko's curse stone is someone hears music for 30 seconds, and as long as they don't see Yakko, they die.
Yes.
Well, how can they see her if she looks like Michiyo?
Okay, but she's only had the curse stone since last night. I've gotten Jonochi. I guess actually she went home, but then she blacked out.
She blacked
and
out.
This guy died last night too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is killing the people she has a grudge against using Yakko's body and curse stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how the punk girl saw Michiyo.
Yeah. Yes. And the other thing is too, the way that their body looks, like the Curse of the Fool's Procession, it kind of looks a little bit like that celebration type thing. Like they look like you would see like on like murals or paintings. You know what I'm saying? Their bodies
Right.
are posed the same way.
They are, but also the thing with the fool's possession, she fell out of the tower.
Yeah.
That's what killed her.
Yeah.
And the bodies look like they've fallen from a long distance.
Yeah. Look at the way her body is.
Yeah, killed by a fatal fall.
Yeah. Yep, that's what's happening. Shit!
Okay. But, man, I wish I could remember the names better. Key girl didn't hear any music.
Mio.
No, not Mio. The punk girl.
Oh,
Hitomi?
Hitomi, yeah.
No, that's not right. Was
No.
it Hitomi?
I'm not sure, but I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, she didn't hear any music, but...
She watched Jonochi die, like she witnessed his death, and she thought she saw Michiyo, but she didn't hear anything. Okay, yeah, it was Hitomi. I did remember.
It was Hitomi, but okay, but the thing is, like, what's the range of this of the song? If Michiyo got Jonochi far enough away from Hitomi, Hitomi might not have heard the music.
Right.
She only just saw the end result.
Okay, so yes, right. When Yakko walked in on Jonochi and Hitomi in the classroom, the time we tried to use the curse,
Yeah, they were.
Mio made us stop because it sounded like they could both hear it.
Yeah, but
it seemed as though they could both hear
they were
it.
also right next to each other at the time.
True.
So if she got Jonochi alone, had him hear the music, and then Hitomi came along after and saw the death, that could have just been it. They were like literally right next to each other during that scene, but when Jonochi died, he was alone. Hitomi found him at the last second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I really, really hope Tatsumi calls Richter on his, like, sudden 180 about, like, I don't know about curses.
Yeah.
All this magic stuff sounds funky to me. And now he's all like, yeah.
She used the power of the curses to get back at the men who ruined her life. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, good for her. That's not ridiculous. That's perfectly sensible.
You're suggesting she actually revived? It's got to be that. And if she's alive, then...
Yeah, see, there he is. Look, on the wall.
Yeah, oh.
Well, it's just pictures of that guy?
My apologies for interrupting. I know we've just arrived at an interesting plot point. But do you really think a dead girl
storyteller, I would like to see the background, please.
But do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Consider this.
I do, yes, actually.
What if Michiyo Shiraishi never died? But seeing as how you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo is Michiyo Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning?
It was with Yakko. The candy store.
Candy store.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one. Yeah.
Yep.
I see. Very well. Congratulations, you are correct. As expected.
Yeah, we know. We've been paying attention.
You got it in one go. Well, the cause of death was such, was it not? You must have noticed some time ago. Let's get back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time. Yeah, thanks, storyteller.
So what?
I do, okay. I do like how the storyteller kind of jumps in and kind of quizzes us to make sure if we've been paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
To see if, like, it's like, hey, we have these dots. Have you connected them yet? And we're like, yeah. He's like, wow, I'm so impressed.
I don't need your condescension, storyteller.
I know, but I kind of wish more games would give us pop quizzes like that.
It is kind of funny, yeah.
What? So you really think Michiyo Shiraishi's alive? Just think it through and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but... do you really think that girl could have managed all this? First of all, Ario, go report this to HQ. Understood, I'll get on it right away. Yeah, no, you're right. He might be doing it to help people who aren't playing it as frequently and just kind of get them caught up. Or maybe not as genre savvy. There's a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
I'll start investigating this place. It sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs a looking at. Oh yeah, God, that's nothing that's nothing but Nejima's pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, God. This is you. You're Hadaway.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted on the wall over there.
We're all just kind of like spellbound by this.
Yeah.
Huh? Whoa now, hold on. These photos. These are all of Fumichika and Nejima. Gross. I want all the ham. I need all of the ham.
Really? Come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Iwai had a weird fetish. Yeah. Oh, there's even more pasted up over here.
I wonder if Iwai had was related to the girl that was killed. That Nejima killed? The one that he dismembered?
Maybe.
Like, maybe he had some connection to her.
Maybe like a sister or something.
Yeah.
These are all cutouts from newspapers and magazines about the Nejima murders.
I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. No, I want to look more at what this shit is. Look at these. Pictures of Fumichika Nejima cut out from newspapers and magazines. Whoever put these up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was. You think the Shiraishis are somehow connected to Nejima's case? Perhaps they did this so as not to forget a grudge or something. It's crazy to think Nejima might be involved in all this too. Do you think he might have anything to do with the matter here? Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with a curse stone now. He announced that from sundown today he'll be going on a killing spree.
Oh dear.
Poor Hadaway. There's an emergency.
She's suddenly like in the deep end.
Yeah. There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard. So he hasn't changed his ways. That doesn't bode well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Nejima murders either. You don't say.
That's right. We talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in Sumida River that brought the incident to light.
You don't say. You were the kid from back then. You were really brave. You did a great deed. Whoa, what?
Were you the detective I spoke with? I had no idea.
So you two have met before. Fancy that. Man,
Aww.
all of these stories actually being interconnected is fascinating.
Honestly, I love when they're able to do that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem forced. It all seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
I've been worried that Fumichika Nejima might bear resentment towards you, man. You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole is quite the resentful type.
Oh dear. It's like Love Actually, but with more murder. Oh my god, you're right.
That asshole. I wonder who put the idea into his head. And now he's got the one-sided read, too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Honjo at sundown. Seriously? On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter. Damn, that's quite the threat. You know, Nix, it's interesting that you say that. I was kind of thinking that Iwai was Nejima. I don't know why, but I kind of got that vibe. Certainly, you can't afford to stay put here. The fucker wants to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool head. Oh my god, you're so cool!
He is so cool.
Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, if Iwai and Fumichika and Nejima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Nejima's location. Let's hope so. I can't look down at the corpse. There's nothing around to confirm his identity, but by the looks of him, I'd say he's Kankachiro Iwai. You've seen him before? I heard he had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have held a respectable occupation.
Is this what a curse does to a person?
Yeah, Iwai was in jail for a while.
Oh, so he might have been buddies with Fumichika.
Maybe. Ma'am, it'd be better not to look so closely.
I'm gonna look even closer. It's amazing.
That's kind of fucked up, ma'am. Cruel is what it is. Like, what's up with the candles? And, like, this looks like a... There we go. There's candles and stones with inscriptions placed all over. Are these tools for some ritual? Hey, don't touch anything, you hear? Oh, that's right. Considering this is a murder scene, we ought to leave everything as it is. All this can be used as evidence. If anyone besides forensics toys with it, it'll cause trouble down the road. I'm glad he's a good cop. There are old books scattered everywhere. I wonder what they're about. Many of them are written in foreign languages. It'll be a pain to look through all these. Let's save them for later and continue to look around. Yeah. No, I want to look at them now. God damn it. Fine, Richter.
No, it's gonna be a pain to look through them.
It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is. They're magic runes. They're used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time they're useless imitations, though. I wouldn't get too excited about it. Oh my. Who knew the Chief Inspector was such an expert on the occult? I just chanced upon that information. That girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject. Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me. Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all.
And now he's dead.
And now he's dead. Western black magic. While magic is often classed as a branch of mysticism, or may variously refer to the likes of witchcraft or astrology, here it refers specifically to Western black magic. In the Middle Ages, the line between science and magic was blurred, with the pursuit of the supernatural considered a legitimate academic discipline. Astrology was regarded akin to astronomy, while alchemy was accepted as scientific fact and would eventually evolve into what is known today as chemistry. One discipline, however, was considered wicked and shunned accordingly: black magic, the practice of using magical knowledge to strike a bargain with demons. In contrast to the socially acceptable subjects studied by the intelligentsia, black magic was most prolific among the lower classes. It was the common people who suffered most from the ills of the day: war, famine, and sickness, which perhaps led them to seek aid from unholy powers. As heresy, these rituals and spells were nowhere to be found in unorthodox modes of teaching, but instead were recorded in tomes of dubious credibility. Huh. Yeah, he has no idea about Tsutsumi. What I'm getting from this article, though, is that in contemporary society, we need to bring back black magic.
Oh, sounds like it.
That's what I'm getting. Let's all become witches and warlocks. It looks like the things spread around here have been like this for a while now. This ritual or whatever was something he attempted up to recently. Plenty of the neighbors mentioned having heard strange mantra-like noises coming from here during that night. You think Iwai was the one chanting? Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shirashis as well. If we look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they were trying to do. Can I look through the fucking books now? What do you say, Chief? Would you let me look through it if I wore gloves? Well, it's not like I'm any help with foreign languages. Go ahead. Thank God. Thank you. Huh. This seems to be a book on Western black magic. The same runes are written here alongside detailed descriptions of the procedures. I suppose you'd call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me, though. You think this Iwai guy was studying them? Perhaps to perform some kind of ritual? There are a bunch of handwritten notes beside the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. Iwai doesn't look the type to be into this stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
Lol.
Eh.
But why would he be studying black magic?
Probably to protect himself from Michiyo.
It looks like you got started a little late.
Yeah, whoopsie doodle. According to the materials, this here rune is for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again. This over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each one of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous.
Resurrection, like, right?
I guess no matter... excuse me. I guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons. What is it? This looks like a journal. It's probably Iwai's. A journal? His writing is surprisingly thorough. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Oh. Oh, wow. Now this is something. What is it? What did he write? This is quite the find. Let me give you a summary. So this Kankachiro Iwai fella, he'd been searching for a spell to restore youth for years.
Though he was into black magic from the start.
He believed if he could learn to successfully perform the spell, he could then use it to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems he was already getting funded after he acquired this grimoire. You don't say. This is starting to sound kind of familiar.
Was he maybe funded by an evil soap lady?
Yeah. But first, let's find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. It seems that Nejima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison. What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence. Likely not coincidence. It seems like Iwai took an interest in the Nejima murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately.
Yikes.
He just loved how many chins he had. You might even say he worshipped the man. Worship? Nejima of all people? This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. Iwai had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Nejima, he made sure to get in contact. This is a lot. This is so much all the time. I mean, even having it all laid out like this. The thought of Nejima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. I don't think we ever had anything pointing to that. What's the connection? Well, to be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years, we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Nejima murders. Yup, it's been a mystery to us all from the very start. Whoa, now, wait just 1 minute. Do you think... No way. Are you saying... That's right.
Oh, they met 5 minutes ago and they're already finishing each other's sentences.
The murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. The instructions written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Nejima. You gotta be kidding me! So that sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic? That's what the evidence suggests. However, Nejima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but Iwai had different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think this is all the stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Nejima and Iwai were both acting in earnest. This is batshit insane! You're telling me that Nutjob did all this for some hokey-pokey resurrection? Shit, resurrection! That means there must have been someone Nejima wanted to bring back to life. Damn! That's it! That has to be it! Fucking hell, it all makes sense now!
Are you gonna share with the class, Tatsumi?
Harue's like, okay, tell us.
Harue's all of us. What? What is it?
So, about the Nejima murders.
I like how she's recovered some of her composure.
Yeah. There's some information that's been kept from the public.
Ooh!
Go on. When we broke into his house... when we broke into his house and arrested him. We also found a baby.
A baby?
It was a girl. Looked to be about 6 months old, but she was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If we were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died. So was Nejima the father? He told us he'd found her under a bridge.
He found her? She abandoned?
I've heard of parents threatening to leave their child under a bridge as a threat, but to think it really happens. Nah, I suppose there are those cases with the dead newborns found stuffed in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent. Whatever the case, we never found out the truth. But there's one rumor from back then that I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now? Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time you heard of it. Many believe Nejima's guilty of more crimes than what got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing.
Yeah, I remember all of that.
Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant. That's a face.
Goodness. I mean,
Yeah.
that's horrific. I feel like Haruwe is all of us right now.
Uh-huh. He killed her. And dismembered her body. And we thought maybe the baby we found is what he pulled out from inside of her. Don't misunderstand me. This is all speculation on top of more speculation here. But I, for one, never believed that man would just take in a baby he found under a bridge. Yeah, Haruwe needs a damn break.
Yeah, she does. I'm feeling sick.
Stay strong, man. I know this is hard to hear. Hey, why are we doing this in front of her?
It's so Kiwi will have something to do.
Like I said, don't take that to be the full truth. We were running on speculation back then. Now that this whole resurrection magic has come into play, we should consider the possibility it was his child. And that maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. It's just a theory, but my life would be a tad easier if it were true. That's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Nejima would want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good as a guess as any. The fact that he obtained a curse stone suggests he has an interest in the rite of resurrection. Damn, you're right. And here I was thinking that he was only after the curse's power to massacre.
Chief Inspector.
Yeah.
What happened to the child?
Without a birth registration on file, best we could do is find the girl some suitable foster parents. It was decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future.
Well, I'm glad she was taken care of.
It's either his daughter or the art student.
I'm guessing the art student because based on his backstory, he had a wife and they had a kid together.
Yeah, I think it's the art student.
I think it might be the art student. She's the right age.
Yeah, she is. Oh, man. This took a fucking turn. This drawer is really old. Chief Inspector, do you mind if I look inside? Huh? I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right? Right, Ario's in here, so let me take a look at it. There's just clothes in here. Not much variety either. Can't say they were big spenders. Well, I was hoping to find the kind of talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky. There is also... So there's two women, like, there's the art student, and then there's the fiance of that one cop, too, who's kind of MIA.
She, I think, is a little bit older because they went to high school together, and I think he was 27 or 28.
You're
so
right.
she'd be in her late 20s, not her early 20s.
You're right.
I think the high school student is definitely not the high school, the college
Yeah.
girl. Oakside girl. She's the best suspect.
I see. Thank you anyway. It's the same man in every picture. Is that Fumachika Nejima? Wow, this is quite the spectacle. He's got so many chins. I don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind.
Don't worry, Richter. You're quite the spectacle yourself.
Do you mean to compare me with the likes of a bizarre criminal? I mean, you are a smooth criminal. These aren't just cut from publications. They even snapped a number of shots of their own.
They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures?
Whatever the case, it's certain they were obsessed. Oh, newspaper cutouts.
Yeah.
The person who put all these photos up must have been obsessed with Nejima. They might have had some relation to Nejima's victims, or perhaps it was the opposite.
The opposite.
What if it wasn't loathing, but admiration? We've already covered this.
But then... I think window? Yeah.
With the window and storm shutter closed, no light gets in here at all. It's pitch black. The neighbors mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago.
Yeah.
This slided door leads to the kitchen. It barely fits the frame.
That's it, huh?
More old books. Don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in Iwai's journal. We know Iwai had managed to obtain the grimoire thanks to the advice he got from his idol Nejima while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined he had a chance to get rich quick. Right. He thought he could make some money if he could successfully use rejuvenation magic. Correct. Turns out someone gave him the idea. And get this. Yep.
Soap lady? Yep, there she is!
It was the one and only queen and chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps herself, Natsue Yamamori. Wait, the chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps?
So, that's where this leads.
Here, let me read what he wrote. The queen of Hihaku has a strange fear of growing old. Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, and rites, she'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. She was apparently investing money into any research on resurrection, the restoration of youth, and the like. So she would even throw her money at the occult. The places greed will take you. Well then, that brings us to Hideki Raishi. She presumably funded his research of the Rite of Resurrection as well. That's what it all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch of Hihaku pounced on the rumors of the Rite of Resurrection. It's starting to sound likely.
Yeah, there is a bit of a kind of a correlation here with the foot washing mansion.
Yeah.
The lady on Myoji who was so terrified of old age.
Yeah. It might also be why she's spreading the rumor about having godly powers. It's a convenient cover for if she becomes young again. Godly powers? What's that all about? It's a soap company, the least threatening sounding possible. You're right, Red.
Yeah.
You can ignore that. Either way, I think Iwai took the payments he was getting for his research to seduce a family into taking him in to keep a low profile. The Shirashi family, Michiyo and her mother, Toshiko, were just his unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am?
Huh? Oh, thank you for remembering that I'm here too.
This is technically my route.
This has something to do with me?
Are you saying?
No, you can't mean.
You've realized then.
Perhaps.
But just tell me just in case.
Yeah. Who are we realizing this about?
Yeah,
Okay, who were we talking about right before he turned to her and remembered she existed?
Okay, explain the rumor about having godly powers to communicate cover first becomes young and either way, I think Iwai took the payments he was getting for his research to deduce the family into taking him in to keep a low profile. The Shiraishi family, Michiyo and her mother, Toshio, were just as unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am? This is something... Oh, I wonder if... Iwai was the kidnapper.
Yeah, seems likely.
Yeah.
Living sacrifice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kankichiro Iwai's living sacrifice was a child.
Oh my god, we're so good at everything!
We are so good at video games.
That's exactly it. Iwai moved in with the Shirashis to practice his magic, and that's how how Michiyo knew. He needed a sacrifice to perform his youth restoration spell, but... yeah, let's all cheer about this kid's murder!
Yay!
Yeah! That meant extracting the life force from someone young.
Oh no, of course. That awful man. So it was Iwai. This man. Hey, Hardaway, good news. He's dead.
Yeah, but there's no way she gets satisfaction from this.
Yeah, there's no closure.
Iwai worshipped Nejima, so he must have also despised Nejima's detractors. Not to mention, he was captured and sent to jail once before. Surely he had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized he had the chance to both avenge Nejima, embarrass the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time? Yeah, he knew. Yeah, Junoshi knew. Fuck! You got it. Iwai kidnapped Haruo Shigima's son and managed to score 3 birds with 1 stone.
God damn, that's so many birds.
Oh. That's a face.
Oh, that's a face. This is like, Jingloop, I can't remember her name, the beautiful, calm, easygoing mother.
Yeah.
Who turns into an absolute monster.
Yep.
You're telling me that horrid man, he never had the intention of returning my child.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's just her screaming.
Yep.
I thought there might have been a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. He must have used Michiyo to lower your boy's defenses and then kidnapped him on his way back home.
That man, he took Shuichi.
Oh.
Okay, Camera, you can back off her face a little bit.
No.
Just, more grunting, delayed noises.
She's vibrating out of the visual spectrum. Somebody do something.
She's causing an earthquake.
Ma'am, please calm down. I understand, but you must remember to breathe.
Maybe get her outside in the fresh air. You don't understand. You have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. It's true, they don't. This isn't a joke. I wouldn't expect the police to understand. You'll never understand. Living sacrifices. What a stupid, stupid idea from a stupid little man.
I don't want to be the person to point this out, Hadaway, but you were considering using your curse stone for living sacrifices. So
Yeah.
maybe this will knock some sense into her and she won't do it.
He did kind of talk her out of it.
Yeah, but
like,
still.
He talked her into an alternative.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, ma'am, let's just take a moment to breathe. Why don't we go get some fresh air?
Thank you, Richter. I can't believe this. This is... Ugh!
A lot happened.
Mm.
Chief, I think it's best we take our leave. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in his journal. Oh? Iwai got in contact with Nejima last year, after Nejima was released on parole. He provided him with accommodation and financial support. Is that so? He managed to find a hideout for Nejima to stay in. Damn it. If anything, rather than use his money to support the Shirashis, it seemed most went to Nejima instead. If Nejima's lurking around anywhere at the moment, it's probably in that hideout. Did he write where it is? Unfortunately, no, not that I can tell. But it seems Michiyo knew where it was. She never met with Nejima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up, among other things.
Jesus.
What good is that information? The girl's already dead. Wait, no, she's alive! That's right, Michiyo Shirashi's alive. Look at me pose! If you can find her and get her to talk, you can get her to spill the beans on his hideout, too. Investigator, I'm asking you. I should be going, the lady's not well. Damn it, I guess I'll just do my job.
Amazing. Amazing.
This is a fucking incredible game. The common law husband of Michiyo Shiraishi's mother, Toshiko Shiraishi, Kamichiro, started coming and going from the Shiraishi household a little bit. Okay, we know all about this, yeah. Kankichiro once made a living by placing advertisements in magazines to sell phony magic items and good luck charms. He held a nostalgic yearning for the post-war era when things and people were simple, and has nothing but negative things to say about the rapidly developing, ostentatious world of late. He's a boomer. Radical in his belief that it would be better to tear down society and start over again, Kankichiro was discontent with his life spent poking around in society's cesspools to make a few coins. When the Nejima murders were widely reported in the media, it had a great impact on Kankichiro, as he witnessed how a single act by a single man could cause a major rift in society. Perceiving Fumichika Nejima as a great hero, he began collecting every piece of information he could find on the man. Kankichiro was later arrested for his illegal business practices, and a chance meeting with Fumichika during his incarceration solidified his idolization. He was captivated by Fumichika's talk of black magic and, following his release, acquired the grimoire Fumichika had hidden away. As for Toshiko Shiraishi, Kankichiro set his sights on her after encountering her at her part-time job. When he learned that the Shiraishi family was in financial trouble and could not afford to send Michiyo to college, he turned on the charm and took advantage of their weakness by offering them money. He revealed his true colors, however, after moving in with the family, and used violence and money to keep Toshiko and Michiyo under his thumb. All the while, his belief in black magic deepened, and he found a sponsor in the Hihaku Corporation. Kankichiro forced the Shiraishi family to perform various rituals, with any attempts to resist being met with merciless beatings. The mother and daughter were helpless to resist. Jesus Christ. After Hihaku offered Kankichiro great sums to intensify his work with black magic, he set his mind to sacrificing a child in order to perform a youth restoration spell. For this purpose, he chose Shuichi Shigema, the son of Haruo Shigema, against whom Fumichika held a grudge. He attempted to enlist Michiyo so as not to alarm the boy, and when she resisted, beat her mother 20 times. Fuck! With Michiyo's assistance, Kankichiro kidnapped Shuichi and locked him up in the Shiraishi house, and told the young and courageous boy that he'd kill Michiyo if he tried to run. While his actions were motivated by a personal grudge against the police, it was first and foremost an attempt to create a societal uproar and breakdown in public order. So Kankichiro painted the crime as a regular kidnapping, demanding a ransom from the family. However, because of an embargo on the press, the kidnapping did not cause a public outcry akin to that of the Nejima murders. Infuriated, Kankichiro had Toshiko perform the sacrifice ritual by threatening to kill Michiyo if he refused. Toshiko killed Shuichi in his sleep, but the spell failed, for which Kankichiro blamed her. Warning Michiyo to keep silent about the murder to avoid incriminating her mother, Kankichiro dumped the boy's body in a nearby river. The tiny corpse was found a week later in the Sumida River after floating through several canals in Honjo. Having drifted for days in the polluted waters, little evidence remained. Although Kankichiro performed no further sacrifices, his devotion to black magic only increased. Toshiko and Michiyo spent their days consumed by guilt, forced to continue serving Kankichiro until the day they died. Jesus Christ.
When did Toshiko die?
I don't know.
Damn.
Oh, you're feeling better now that we've gotten some fresh air, man? Yeah, let's bring her back to the Sumida River. That'll make her feel better.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That fresh river air. I'm fine. suddenly finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wits.
Yeah, you went kind of fucking bug fuck.
Understandable.
Yeah. We managed to solve the kidnapping case by pure luck here.
You're right, but Richter... I feel grateful towards Michiyo.
Because she killed the kidnapper?
There's that, too.
Yeah, kinda.
That's just a perk, but it's for something else. If Michiyo is the one killing all these people, then she must have acquired quite a sizable amount by now.
Oh.
Eyes on the prize, lady. Soul dregs, I mean. Hey, Richter. Whether the kidnapper's dead or alive, it doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring my boy back.
But black magic will.
What is that thing in the foreground?
I think that's his shoulder.
Oh, okay. And if Nejima is planning to cause a massacre to collect soul dregs, then all the better. I won't give up on resurrection.
Oh, Hadouay. Hadouay.
Oh, Hadouay.
Oh, Hadouay.
So, I'm counting on you. I feel like at some point, maybe somebody should bring up, like, hey, okay, we haven't really talked about, like, what are the possibilities, how this resurrection manifests, you know?
Yeah, you might not like what's gonna happen.
Yeah, what if you get a zombie baby?
Who do we want to go with? We gotta do too much to handle or standing by.
I kind of want to see how Richter handles mommy.
Well,
yeah, Red wants to go Hadouay.
Well, it's too much to handle, but let's do it.
Yeah, she's too much to handle.
Hadouay and Richter break into the Shiraishi residence with the detectives. They find a journal left behind by the deceased Iwai, finally revealing the mystery behind the kidnapping. However, Hadouay remains unsatisfied. Nix, what if you get an 11-year-old boy in your MILF body where you can't be with him?
Yeah.
In further news, today the body of an adult male was discovered in the residence of one Toshiko Shiraishi around noon. The man, identified as Kankichiro Iwai, is said to have been in a relationship with Toshiko. He was unemployed at the time of his death. While further investigations are still underway, it's suspected that his death is connected to the recent serial killings in Honjo. Evidence on the scene may also implicate Mr. Iwai in the unsolved child abduction and murder case from last year. Well, ma'am, it seems like we managed to settle one part of the kidnapping case for now. Let's begin discussing our next steps.
Right. A fax machine. It can send images to other places along the telephone network. I don't really understand how it works, but that's what I understand. I rarely find a use for it.
Let's just see if there's anything else that... Because I feel like she's just going to look around. Yeah, we got that one already.
Yeah.
Alright, let's just talk to Richter. Judging by the official announcement, it seems that what Iwai wrote is likely true. With both the kidnapper and his young accomplice dead, the police should be able to handle the rest.
Now that it's over, I can't help but think how pitiful it all is. We never would have known a thing had we not found his journal.
Carelessness is what usually leads to crimes like these being exposed. That's true.
Yeah.
It was pretty much the same with the Nejima murders. But stumbling across the answer by pure chance really makes you think. Makes my skin crawl to think of how many cases like this are left undiscovered.
Me too. It's certainly disturbing.
Well, with the kidnapping case all wrapped up, we can focus our efforts on obtaining the right of resurrection, yeah?
Indeed. I'm counting on you.
Alright, let's reassess this curse situation.
Right.
I must admit, I never expected the police to be so on top of things.
Usually they're bubbling and incompetent.
The Chief Inspector, Tetsuo Tsutsumi, provided us a good wealth of information. I'm surprised he knew so much about the curse bearers.
Do you think they noticed I'm one of them?
I'm pretty sure Ario didn't. The Chief Inspector, on the other hand, we'll have to be careful around him. Ario's kind of an idiot. But if he had suspected anything, I'm sure he would have detained us. We should stay vigilant moving forward.
Agreed.
Oh, Tsutsumi fucking knows. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Even if we steal a curse stone, you may not be able to successfully perform the rite unless you're a curse bearer yourself. Would you be okay with hanging on to the stone from now on?
Of course.
Yeah, that's a face you can trust.
Smile. Yikes, that is a trustworthy expression.
You can totally trust this face.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't use it though, okay?
Oh.
God.
Ruin all my fun, Richter. Jeez. All right.
If what we heard is true, there are just 3 curse bearers left to be discovered. There's the Whispering Canal, the Beckoning Light, and the Taiko of Tsuguru left to investigate. It may benefit us to visit the places connected to these stores a few times.
I see.
I'm still highly suspicious of the people at Hihaku Soaps. They could be the ones pulling the strings. That Takumi Yumioka fella is probably aware of the curse bearers we're searching for. Tracking his movements may prove to be useful.
You want to follow him?
If we were to follow anyone, he'd be my first choice, but... damn it. Times like this really have me wishing I had more personnel.
I imagine it's tough working on your own.
It's the plight of running a small business. I'm always on the hunt for a skilled assistant. Hey man, you want to work for me?
You know what ending I would like to see?
What?
Exactly.
You want...
Oh, I think we're having some lag.
Oh.
I want Hardaway to, like, not get over her son's death, but to accept it and to move on and to start life.
Yeah.
As the assistant of this beautiful man.
Yeah. And then there's Nejima, who appears to be a curse bearer too. The one-sided reed, I think it was. If you want to look for someone that's likely to gather a whole lot of soul dregs, well, look no further.
He did say he would unleash his curse on a large number of people at nightfall.
If he gets the chance to, if the Chief Inspector manages to track down Michiyo, then, well, there's a chance he'll manage to apprehend Nejima before it gets up to no good.
There's that face again.
I know.
But why did you tell the Chief Inspector about the safe house if he hadn't had that lead?
It was written in Iwai's memoirs. It was just a matter of time till I found out. Besides, we're talking about a massacre here. I can't just turn a blind eye. That is the face of a woman who does not care.
Yeah, she gives no shits. How different is it from any other curse bearer collecting soul dregs?
Well, if we're talking Nejima, it could be a lot more dangerous. We'll just keep a close eye on Nejima and the cops.
He's always going at his own pace. He's rather fascinating.
Fuck him! Just do it!
I mean, maybe that's what she needs. What about that girl from before? Ayame Tono?
Oh, that's her name, Ayame Tono. That's the art student.
Yep. Do you think she could be a curse bearer?
Well, there's a chance she could have gone and stolen someone else's curse stone by now.
That's possible too, but... We haven't been to Midoricho Park yet, the place connected with the Taiko Tsugaru.
All right. That's close to where she lives.
What if she was a curse bearer this entire time? She could have lied.
It's possible. It would make her a brilliant actress to boot. The idea's got me itching to investigate her again. God damn. That place is rather suspicious. If only we could run into someone there.
Richter?
Yes? Ah, that's right. Would you mind if we made a stop on our way? We can make it quick. I apologize for the diversion, but I'd like to visit a candy store if possible.
Huh? I suppose I don't mind.
Yeah, let's move. Then, shall we depart? From this part on, you will be given the option to finish investigation, which will allow you to immediately end this part. From there, you can continue on to the next part. You may also come back and restart this section from the point which you left off. Oh. Huh. Well, okay. Alright. I mean... Okay. I mean, it's getting close to when we would usually wrap up.
Yeah.
But also, are we going to have enough time for another session on this on Monday? I feel like we could get like a solid hour and a half out of what's going to come next. I don't think this is going to wrap up very quickly.
No, I don't think so either. Well, we've got like 3 more branches to explore, including this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be pretty solid.
Okay.
Unless they're very short branches.
I think let's save it here. And then, you know what? I mean, I don't think there's still so much we have to resolve.
Yeah.
All right, I think this is a good place to stop, and we pick it up again on Monday.
Yes.
Yeah, only the kidnapping is solved and nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's I think we put a pin in it here. Let me
We haven't been doing a lot of hard saving.
No, it's been mostly auto saves whenever we
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think let's call it here, and we'll finish this up on Monday.
Okay.
Okay, there's a still decent chunk left. All right, good. Then yeah, let us call it here. Oh my god, this game, man. This game.
This is so
Oh
good.
my god.
The fucking Yakko Michiyo twist was just...
I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Nope, that was good.
We're so good. We're so good at the pop quizzes in this game.
Yeah, we are.
We've gotten every single one so far.
Yep, we're a straight A student. We're paying attention.
Straight A student. But alright guys, we're gonna call it here. We're gonna be back on Monday for the conclusion of this. And thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Receivable, on Blue Sky at Occults Receivable. You can follow me in both places at Tamazmataz. You follow us on YouTube at Occults Receivable. The beginning of this has started going up. And then you can follow Teresa at YouTube, Kara, and Blue Sky at Tiny Kiwi Studio. We'll be back on Monday with a conclusion. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.